Hello, my name is Bryant Myers, author of the book PEMF, The Fifth Element of Health. You probably know food, water, sunshine, oxygen are essential for life, but there's a fifth element of health that most people don't know is essential, and that is the Earth's PEMFs, or pulsed electromagnetic fields, which is both the Schumann and the geomagnetic field, which is the magnetic field of the Earth. These frequencies and energies are so essential that NASA and the Russian space program actually equipped their spacecrafts with Schumann generators and magnetic field generators. So we need these frequencies. We need these energies for the body's circadian rhythms, energy production, and even to keep a pain-free body, which I'll explain later. But there is a twofold problem on planet Earth, which we'll explore in this video. And PEMF, as we'll find, is the solution to this problem with many benefits. And just to give you a preview of a few of the benefits that PEMF therapy has been research proven to provide, PEMF helps to eliminate pain and inflammation naturally. It will help you to get deep, rejuvenating sleep. It will increase your energy and vitality. PEMF will help you to feel younger, stronger, and more flexible. PEMF will keep your bones strong and healthy. PEMF will help your body with healing and regeneration, and it will help to improve circulation and heart health. And there's many more benefits, but those are just a few. Now, I want to get right into one of the most exciting aspects of my book, which is the body-mind-earth connection. And this connection is the 0 to 30 hertz frequency range, which I'll explain later in my book, but just to give you a brief preview, because it is so exciting that I want to just right away tell you about it. The Earth's magnetic field and the Schumann and geomagnetic frequencies are roughly in the range of 0 to 30 hertz. Now, the brain waves, as established by electroencephalograms and even medical science, are also roughly 0 to 30 hertz, from delta, theta to alpha to beta. The tissues and the healing response in the body, meaning the frequencies that the tissues in your body respond to, the nerves, the bones, ligaments, capillaries, are also, as we'll see, in the 0 to 30 hertz range. Well, that was Siskin and Walker. Addy and Bowen showed that your cells ideally respond to 0 to 30 hertz. And here's something that really gave me goosebumps, and my hairs were standing on end the first time I read it, is that the energies that your body emits is also 0 to 30 hertz. So we talk about the body-mind connection, but really it's the body-mind-earth connection, because our tissues, cells, brain, and our bodies are so intimately connected to the Earth's frequencies and magnetic field. So here's an introduction to how PEMF works. I like to say that PEMF therapy acts like a whole body battery charger, helping to recharge your 100 trillion cells. And you only need to use it twice a day for 8 minutes. Okay, so it's very time efficient, and that basically will recharge your cells. And PEMF therapy was featured on the Dr. Oz Show in 2011 as the most important breakthrough in pain management, which is probably the number one reason people purchase a PEMF therapy device. There have been more than 10,000 scientific papers and over 2,000 double-blind studies. And you can go to PubMed.com and check on some of those studies. There was a 4-year NASA study done by Dr. Goodwin that really showed exactly the kind of frequencies and energies that are ideal for PEMF therapy, and we'll talk about that later. And the Johnson Space Center even developed a PEMF prototype for bone loss and muscle degeneration in space travel. The FDA has approved PEMF therapy for bone fractures, wound healing, pain and tissue swelling, and even depression. So I call PEMF the fifth essential element of health because I kind of base this after the Greek system and the ancient system of the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and then the ether. And most of us know we need food or earth. Most of us know we need water. You can only live a few days without water. You can live maybe a few months without food. Sunlight, if you don't get enough sunlight, you do get seasonal affective disorder. So sunlight is actually an essential element. And oxygen, we can only live a few minutes without oxygen. So most people would agree and understand that, yeah, we need those elements. They're essential. But there's a fifth element, the Earth's PEMFs, that I'm going to show you in this video, and I go into more detail in my book as to the research that proves that PEMFs of the Earth are an essential element, just like food, water, sunshine, and air. So the fifth element in the ancient system is called the ether. And so I kind of, loosely associate, because the ether is kind of energetic, with the PEMF. But there's two main types of PEMFs on the Earth. There's the Schumann frequencies, which come from above, and the geomagnetic frequencies from below. And in my book, I give a nice history of 4 men that really discovered the essential nature of the Earth's PEMFs and the connection of the geomagnetic and Schumann frequencies with the body and mind. So it's kind of an exciting story, and I ask you to check out my book for that. Now, before we get into talking about PEMF therapy, I just want to give you like an overview, kind of a new way of looking at the human body. So the body is primarily energy and information, a holographic field of energy information, and secondarily physical, although the physical body is important. We have over 100 trillion cells, and there's somewhere around 500 billion chemical reactions happening every second in your body. So our mainstream models for explaining the human body as a mechanistic sort of a biological machine, or the biochemical model is like a bag of chemical reactions, is insufficient to describe the majesty and the complexity of the human body. So energy medicine and sort of quantum biology, or the new understandings in biophysics, are giving a whole new picture of the human body as a primarily energetic holographic field of energy information, which can communicate via biophotons, and more secondarily physical. So PEMF therapy actually goes along with this new understanding of the human body and can assist the body energetically in healing itself. Now, the Schumann resonance on Earth, you can see in this picture in the upper right that the Earth is a very living planet, and the Gaia hypothesis, or the Gaia theory by James Lovelock, very beautifully and poetically shows this, which I talk about in my book. But the Earth is very living, and you can see from the picture in the upper right that the magnetic field is very complex and stratified. And it's this magnetic field that is the source of the geomagnetic and also the Schumann frequencies. The Schumann frequencies come from the ionosphere, which is kind of the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere. Just a little bit about frequency. Frequency is defined as cycles per second, and I go into detail in my book, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. But think of frequency, when we think of the electromagnetic spectrum, radio waves are very long wavelength. The gamma X-rays are your higher frequencies, and visible light's and infrared's kind of in between. So when we're dealing with Earth-based PEMF, the Schumann and the geomagnetic frequencies of 0 to 30 hertz, we're talking about ELFs, or extremely low frequencies, which are even in the lower spectrum of the radio. Because some of those short band radios, the way they can work around the world is they're kind of almost piggybacking on the Schumann sort of resonance. But the Schumann frequency, the way that it's produced, is through lightning strikes. And on planet Earth, there's about 7 million lightning strikes a day, or about 5,000 a minute. And this kind of rings the ionosphere like a proverbial bell, and to the tune of 7.83 and the higher harmonics. So the Schumann resonance is a quasi-standing wave, or a quasi-scalar wave. So it's kind of a more fundamental, deeper energy. So in the Earth's magnetic field, along with the Schumann resonance, it has a frequency that's modulated. And there was some good research done by Klaus Piancik on the 0 to 30 hertz frequencies of the Earth. And even Nikola Tesla said the Earth's magnetic field was around 12 hertz. I'll continue this discussion in the next video of the series. For a much more detailed explanation of PEMF, please be sure to check out my book at PEMFbook.com. You can instantly download 3 free chapters there. I always welcome your questions, comments, and feedback. Get in touch with me at PEMFbook.com/contact. I sincerely hope the information in these videos will help you in your quest for greater health, happiness, and well-being.